A sunny day welcomed the Michigan State football team back out on the field of Spartan Stadium.
Michigan State football coach Mark Dantonio presented a game ball earlier today.
Michigan State students marched out on the field with head coach Mark Dantonio before lining up to high-five the Spartan players. Green team captain Brian Allen and white team captain Chris Fry decided field sides with a fun game of rock, paper, scissors.
First of all, I want to thank all of our Spartan fans for coming out today. I thought it was a great crowd.
The Michigan State football spring game was a little bit different this year. The offense wore the green and the defense wore the white.
But to me, it's always about trying to make it as competitive as I can. And our games have always been competitive.
The first touchdown came with 5 minutes left in the first period. Redshirt sophomore quarterback Brian Lewerke passes 3 yards to redshirt junior fullback Colin Lucas. Green 7, white 3. The defense gets 3 points for every 5 minutes of game time. Michigan State football head coach Mark Dantonio answered one popular question at the spring game, Brian Lewerke at quarterback. Although Lewerke was picked off twice, Dantonio said he is the guy right now. Lewerke completed 25 of 44 passes for 305 yards, including 1 touchdown. But he also threw 2 interceptions. This one intended to sophomore Tristan Jackson landed in the hands of true freshman Josiah Scott, who was a defensive star with 8 tackles.
I do think that he's much improved. He's still going to mess up signals and call the wrong play when it's supposed to be a different play, and those type of things, which are elementary mistakes that he will get past. But I think he's progressed very well. He can throw the ball. What he has a great ability to run the football too. I feel he's a good athlete. He's poised back there, and every time he takes a snap in an environment where there's people there or something of that nature, he's going to get better and better and better. And there's always a little bit of a learning curve, but I think he's a good player. I also think our other quarterbacks are good players too, but right now he's the guy.
Only 2 quarterbacks saw the field. Although Lewerke played the majority of the time, redshirt junior Collar Coons delivered some big passes and showcased his potential. Onto the rest of the offense, redshirt junior running back Madre London had a total of 127 yards on 15 carries. And on a handoff from Lewerke, ran home 75 yards for a much celebrated touchdown. Fifth-year senior running back Gerald Holmes was another popular target who carried 21 times for 61 yards. Both London and Holmes showed their reliability.
Gerald Holmes is the ball carrier.
As far as running the football, Madre London had a couple big runs, and Holmes was steady in there as well. Our 2 running backs that played today obviously played a lot of game experience.
Madre London and Gerald Holmes are main assets to the Spartans offense, but today's star was sophomore receiver Tristan Jackson, who had an incredible one-handed catch that got the crowd on their feet. One could argue he was Lewerke's favorite target at the spring game. After 5 receptions for 89 yards as a true freshman last year, Jackson had 8 catches for 168 yards at the spring game, which he topped off with this incredible one-handed catch in the last 20 seconds of play.
He's a great football player. He can really run. He's got size. He's got great hands. He's got to get tougher, so we can print that. That's what I'm always telling him. You got to get tougher. But he can play. He has a very unique skill set.
Redshirt freshman wide receiver Cam Chambers and true freshman wide receiver Hunter Risen also had a few successful receptions. So here's what Dantonio thought of the overall offense.
Important thing is that everybody's on the same page. Sometimes out there we were not on the same page, quarterbacks and receivers, and that makes it very difficult to throw the football. But we're working towards that, and we had a lot of times that we were on the same page, and I thought we threw the ball pretty effectively.
In the defense, true freshman Josiah Scott, emerging as a possible starting cornerback, stopped the second-to-last play of the game as Lewerke targeted wide receiver Darrell Stewart Jr. to try for 7 more points on the board. After 4 quarters of football, the defense in the white came out with a 33-23 victory.
Number 22 out there. He's got a lot of Daquez Denard type intangibles that go along with his ability to run and ball skills. He's a very good tackler. Guy's diligent. He's on time. He has great attention to detail. He can tackle. He's tough. He's got great ball skills. He can run. he's put himself in a position to start for us right now as a true freshman.
3 seconds left. Lewerke tries for Stewart Jr. again for a late touchdown, and he is denied once more by Scott.
Thanks so much, go green.
You know, on either side of the ball, when you look out there, if you got a -1 play, you sort of look to say, well, was that a good defensive play or a bad offensive play? And it's a combination of things. And as a head coach, you're sitting there, you're just satisfied if guys go hard. You have to be consistent in the game of football. You have to be able to play with a lot of power. You have to be able to play with a sense of change of direction and things like that. And, you know, so as you watch the film, you know, defensive guys close on it and offensive guys make plays. And there are about 1,000 things for each position that need to go well. You got to make plays on the football field. You got to have great leadership. You know, I think a player-led team is always going to be better than a coaches-led team. I do believe that, because at the end of the day, they got to stand on the field by themselves and play. At the end of the day, they stand off the field, and they have to handle themselves accordingly.
In East Lansing, Maya Sanchez, Home TV.